Have you ever wondered where the tradition of the Easter Bunny comes from? Let's delve into the history of this fascinating tradition. The story of the Easter Bunny, believe it or not, begins in the 16th century, in a land far away from where many of us may be today. Picture yourself in Germany during a time when tradition and folklore played a significant part in everyday life. The Easter Bunny, or Osterhase, as the Germans called it, was not just a charming character from a children's story, but a symbol deeply ingrained in their culture. This creature, initially portrayed as a hare, rather than the bunny we're familiar with today, was no ordinary animal. It was believed to possess an extraordinary ability, an ability that, in the eyes of the people of the time, held great significance. This hare was said to lay eggs. Now, you might be wondering, why a hare and why eggs? To understand this, we must look at how these symbols were viewed in ancient times. The hare was seen as a symbol of fertility and new life. This perception was mainly due to its prolific breeding. And as for the eggs, they too symbolize fertility and new life across many cultures, long before the concept of the Easter Bunny ever came into existence. But how did this egg-laying hare become associated with the Christian celebration of Easter? Well, it's believed that the tradition was born out of the convergence of ancient pagan traditions celebrating spring's arrival and the Christian observance of the resurrection of Jesus, which also symbolizes new life and renewal. This unique tradition was embraced wholeheartedly by the German people, who would make nests for the creature to lay its colored eggs. This practice was carried out in anticipation of Easter, much like the Easter egg hunts we know and love today. So, the Easter Bunny hopped its way into our lives all the way from 16th century Germany. Now, you may ask, why a bunny? Isn't Easter a Christian holiday? Well, let's unravel the mystery. Our fluffy friend, the bunny, or more precisely, the hare, wasn't plucked out of a magician's hat for Easter. Its roots go way back to ancient pagan cultures, where it was seen as a symbol of fertility and new life. This association is not surprising when you consider the hare's impressive reproductive abilities. Hares are capable of conceiving a second litter of offspring while still pregnant with the first. This phenomenon is known as superfetation. Imagine the awe and intrigue this must have sparked in our ancestors. It was this prolific breeding that led to the hare being associated with fertility and new life. In the ancient world, spring was a time of rebirth and renewal, the time when the harsh winter gave way to blossoming flowers and warming temperatures. Life was returning to the earth, and what better creature to represent this than the fecund hare? In fact, the hare was so synonymous with the vitality of spring that the ancient Germanic goddess of spring and fertility, Eostri, was often depicted with a hare by her side. This is also where we get the name Easter. As Christianity spread, it was common for the new faith to incorporate local customs and symbols. And so the hare found a place in the Easter tradition. And then over time, the hare evolved into the more domestic and familiar bunny. But the symbolic link to fertility and new life remained. The Easter Bunny, by bringing gifts of eggs, another potent symbol of new life, represents the arrival of spring and the promise of new beginnings. So, the Easter Bunny is not just a cute creature, but a symbol of fertility and new life. Its origins remind us not only of the historical intermingling of faiths and cultures, but also of the enduring power of nature and the cycle of life. It's a symbol that resonates with us, not just at Easter, but all year round. But what about the eggs? How did eggs become a part of the Easter bunny tradition, you might ask? Well, let's delve into the culture of Easter eggs and discover how they became an integral part of the Easter celebration. Eggs have been universally recognized as a symbol of fertility and new life for centuries across many cultures. This symbolism is deeply rooted in nature itself, as eggs often herald the arrival of new life in the animal kingdom. This age-old symbolism of eggs was seamlessly incorporated into the tradition of the Easter bunny. The Easter bunny, with its own connotations of fertility and renewal, began bringing eggs as gifts. But these weren't just any gifts. These eggs carried a deeper meaning, symbolizing the arrival of spring and the onset of new beginnings. Just as an egg breaks open to reveal new life, spring breaks the cold, dormant spell of winter, bringing with it a fresh start and a renewed sense of vitality. The tradition of the Easter bunny bringing eggs originated in the 16th century in Germany and has since spread far and wide, becoming a beloved tradition in many parts of the world. Over time, the eggs that were once simple gifts have transformed into beautifully decorated Easter eggs, adding an artistic dimension to the tradition. The act of painting and decorating eggs, known as pisanka, is a practice that dates back to ancient times. This tradition adds a layer of cultural richness to the Easter bunny and egg tradition, as different regions around the world have their own unique ways of decorating Easter eggs, each with its own significance and story. Thus, the Easter eggs that we relish today are more than just a festive treat. They are a symbol of spring and new beginnings, a celebration of life's renewal and the eternal cycle of rebirth. So the next time you crack open an Easter egg, remember, you're partaking in a tradition steeped in centuries of symbolism and cultural history. How did the Easter bunny make its way to America and become a popular symbol of Easter? You might be wondering. Well, let's hop back in time to the 18th century when the first German immigrants started to settle in America. Along with their dreams and ambitions, they also carried with them a bounty of customs and traditions, one of which was the legend of the Easter bunny. This bunny wasn't just a cute and fluffy creature, but a symbol of new life and renewal, perfectly fitting in with the spirit of Easter. As the German immigrants began to establish their communities in America, they continued their Easter traditions, including the Easter bunny, which began to catch the attention of their American neighbors. Over time, the traditions of the German immigrants, including the Easter bunny, started to blend in with the culture of America. The Easter bunny, initially a tradition limited to German communities, began to spread across the country, captivating the hearts of children and adults alike. And why wouldn't it? After all, who doesn't love the idea of a bunny bringing in gifts and marking the arrival of a joyous spring season? As the centuries rolled by, the Easter bunny became more and more ingrained in American culture. By the 19th and 20th centuries, it had become a widely recognized and beloved symbol of Easter, not just among the German American communities, but across the entire nation. Its image was further popularized through commercialization and marketing, transforming it into the cute, anthropomorphic rabbit we know and love today. And so, the Easter bunny which started as a symbol of fertility and renewal in ancient pagan cultures, journeyed across oceans and centuries, adapting and evolving along the way, to finally become a celebrated symbol of Easter in America. So, thanks to German immigrants, the Easter Bunny found a new home in America. And today it continues to bring joy, marking the arrival of spring and the celebration of new life every Easter. The Easter Bunny has come a long way from its origins. Let's see how it has evolved over the years and its significance today. In its journey across the centuries, the Easter Bunny has hopped from the heart of Germany to the global stage, becoming a beloved character in the Easter celebrations. This leap was largely due to the commercialization of the Easter Bunny in the 19th and 20th centuries. The image of a friendly anthropomorphic rabbit delivering chocolate eggs and other treats was widely popular thanks to marketing and commercialization. Like many traditions, the Easter Bunny was shaped and molded by the hands of commerce. Its image was softened, sweetened, and packaged in a way that would appeal to children and adults alike. And it worked. Yeah, the Easter Bunny has become synonymous with Easter in many parts of the world, delivering joy in the form of colorful eggs and sweet treats. On this commercialization, not only made the Easter Bunny a popular figure, but also helped spread the tradition far and wide. Today, the Easter Bunny is recognized and celebrated in many parts of the world, not just Western countries. It is adapted to local customs and cultures, making it a truly global symbol of Easter. But the significance of the Easter Bunny goes beyond commercialization. It's not just a symbol of fertility and new life, but also a symbol of renewal. This renewal of life is akin to the resurrection of Jesus, a central theme in the Christian celebration of Easter. The Easter Bunny, in its modern form, carries this symbolism, making it an important part of the Easter tradition. The Easter Bunny is a testament to the power of traditions to evolve and adapt. From its roots as a symbol of fertility in ancient pagan cultures, it has grown into a global symbol of Easter, carrying with it the promise of renewal and new beginnings. So, the Easter Bunny is not just a symbol of fertility and new life, but also a symbol of renewal and resurrection, making it an integral part of the Easter tradition.